Dear children, let us start the new chapter, circles. Children, what is circle? Here you observe the figures which are in the shape of circles: wheel, clock, keyring, button, bangle, 50 paise coin, 1 rupee coin and 5 rupee coin. All these are having a shape of circles. You may have come across many objects in daily life which are round in shape, such as these wheels, bangles and dials of a clock, coins of denomination 50 paise, rupees 1 and rupees 5, and also key rings, buttons of shirts, etc. And also, the seconds hand goes round the dial of the clock rapidly. See here, the seconds hand goes round the dial of the clock rapidly and its tip moves in a round path. Its tip moves in a round path. This path traced by the tip of the seconds hand is called a circle. So in this chapter, let us study about circles and also some related terms and also some properties of circles. Then what is circles? Children, take a compass and fix a pencil in it. Take a compass and fix a pencil in it. And you know that it is having a pointed end. Put this pointed leg on a point on a sheet of a paper. Here, you know that compass is having two legs. One is for the pencil and other is one of the pointed end. Keeping the pointed leg on the same point without disturbing it, rotate the other leg through one revolution. Rotate the pencil end through one revolution and you will get a closed figure. You will get a closed figure traced by the pencil on a paper. Then what is the shape of this figure traced by the pencil? That is nothing but a circle. Here you got a circle. How did you get a circle here? That is, you kept one point fixed. Here A is a fixed point. And also there are many points here. There are many points and all the other points are drawn at a fixed distance from this fixed point. Here A is a fixed point and the remaining points are at a fixed distance from a point. So here circle is having a fixed point. A is a fixed point and the remaining points are at equidistant from the fixed point A. So how you can define the circle? The collection of all the points in a plane, because you have drawn the circle on a plane. Therefore you can say that the collection of all the points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point in the plane, which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point in the plane is called a circle. Then what is circle? It is a collection of all the points in a plane. Here there are many points. So it is a collection of the points and it is a collection of all the points in a plane which are at a fixed distance. From a fixed point in the plane. Here A is a fixed point and the remaining all the points are at equidistance or at a fixed distance from the fixed point A. Therefore you can write the definition of circle in this way. What is the definition of the circle? The collection of all the points in a plane which are at a fixed distance from a fixed point in the plane is called a circle. What is circle? The collection of all the points in the plane which are at a fixed distance from fixed point, which are at fixed distance from fixed point in the plane is called a circle. Fixed point is called the center of a circle. Fixed point is called the center of a circle. Generally it is denoted as O. And the fixed distance is the radius of the circle. Fixed point of a circle is called center, and fixed distance is called radius. Fixed distance is called radius. But here, what is radius? It is a line joining the center and the point on the circle. Here this is the circle and this is the center. If you take this point is A, the radius is OA. OA is the radius and it is a line joining the center and a point on the circle. So what is radius of a circle? The line joining the center and a point on the circle is called the radius. So we write radius. Radius of a circle. What is radius of a circle? The line joining the center and a point on the circle. Line joining a center and a point on the circle is called radius. Here, which is the center? O is the center, and which is the radius? OA is the radius. Generally, you can denote it as small letter r. Small letter r means radius. So, what is radius? It is a line or line segment joining a center and a point on the circle. And the radius is used in two senses. One is in the sense of a line segment or line, and also in the sense of its length. In the sense of its length. We are already familiar with some of the concepts which are related to the circle. Observe the figure here. Circle divides the plane into three parts. Circle divides the plane on which it lies into three parts. Here on this plane there is a circle and here there are three parts. Three parts are made by the circle. One is the inside the circle and the other one is the outside the circle and the circle part. So inside the circle, which is also called the interior of the circle, and outside the circle, that is the exterior of the circle, and it is a circle. So the circle divides the plane on which it lies into three parts. The three parts are interior, circle and exterior. So write that a circle divides the plane into plane on which it lies. On which it lies into three parts. Three parts. They are: first one, inside the circle, interior of circle. Inside the circle, that is interior of the circle. Inside the circle, that is interior of the circle. Second, circle. Second part is the circles here. And the third one is outside the circle, that is the exterior of the circle. Outside the circle, that is exterior of the circle. Here, this is inside the circle, which is called interior of the circle, and it is a circle. This is circle. And then exterior of the circle, that is outside the circle. The region outside the circle is called the exterior of the circle, and the region inside the circle is called the interior of the circle, and the circle is in between the interior and exterior of the circle. And the circle and the interior makes the circular region. You know that this is the circular region. This whole region which is inside the circle is called the that is the circular region. So you write, what is circular region? Circular region. The circle and its interior make up the circular region. The circle and its interior make up the circular region. Circular region. So that is the region between the circle and the interior portion is called the circular region. Now let us discuss about the chord. Then what is chord? Consider a circle here, and you know that P and Q are the points on the circle, and the line segment PQ is called chord. Similarly, A and B are the points on the circle. The line segment AB is also called chord of a circle. So then what is chord? Chord is a line segment joining any two points on the circle. What is chord? Chord is a line segment joining any two points on the circle. And in circle, how many chords can be drawn? You can observe that any number of chords can be drawn in a circle. But here AB is a chord which passes through the center of the circle. Here you observe OE is a center of the circle and AB is a chord, as it is a line segment joining two points on the circle, but it passes through the center, and this chord is having special name, that is diameter of a circle. So diameter is also chord, and it is a special chord which passes through the center of the circle. You can draw any number of diameters in the circle, and if you compare their length, all are of equal length. All the diameters of a circle are equal, and the diameter is the longest chord of the circle. Diameter is the longest chord of the circle and all diameters have the same length. So write what is chord? Chord is a line segment chord is a line segment joining any 2 points on the circle. In a circle, how many chords can be drawn? Any number of chords can be drawn in a circle. Any number of chords can be drawn in a circle. In this figure, PQ and AB are chords, and AB is a chord which passes through the center. It is a diameter and it is the biggest chord of the circle. So let us draw here. Let us write the diameter. Then what is diameter? It is a chord which passes through the center of the circle. The chord which passes through the center of the circle is called diameter of the circle. So you write that the chord which passes through the center of the circle is called diameter of the circle. Diameter of the circle. Then what is diameter? It is a chord which passes through the center of the circle. The chord which passes through the center of the circle is called diameter of the circle, and it is the longest chord of the circle. So you write diameter is the longest chord of the circle. In a circle, all diameters are equal. All diameters of a circle are equal. Means they are having same length. You can draw any number of diameters in a circle. All the diameters of a circle are of same length. And one thing you can observe here, you know that O is a center of the circle. And what is OA here? OA is a line segment joining the center and a point on the circle. And you know what is OA? The line segment joining the center and a point on the circle is called the radius. So here OA is radius. And similarly OB is also a line segment joining the center and a point on the circle. So this is also radius. And you can say that OA and OB are radii, and OA plus OB you will get AB. So here you can say that AB is equals to what? OA plus OB, and both of them are radius. And you can say here diameter is twice of the radius. That is equals to twice of the radius. So you write diameter equals, diameter is twice of the radius. Diameter is twice of the radius. So you can write D equals 2R. D equals 2R, or radius is half of the diameter, or you can write R equals D by 2. That is diameter equals 2 into radius, or radius equals diameter divided by 2. That the radius is half of the diameter, or diameter is twice the radius. Now let us discuss about the arc of a circle. What is an arc? A piece of circle between 2 points is called arc. Now you consider the 2 points P and Q, and you will get one piece here and the other piece here. So you come to this figure here, and P and Q are the 2 points on the circle, and this is one piece and this is one piece. Here you got 2 arcs. Look at the pieces of the circle between 2 points P and Q. You find that there are 2 pieces, one longer and the other smaller. This piece is smaller and this piece is longer. The longer arc is called the major arc, PQ. That is PRQ. It is a longer arc, and this is a smaller arc, and the longer arc is called the major arc, and the smaller or the shorter arc is called the minor arc. The minor arc PQ is denoted by PQ, and the major arc is denoted by PRQ. R is some point on the arc between P and Q on the major part. Otherwise, it is stated as RPQ. PQ stands for the minor arc PQ when P and Q are ends of a diameter. Then both arcs are equal and each is called semicircle. If you consider here, if you draw the diameter, if P and Q are the points on the diameter divides the circle into 2 equal arcs, and each arc is called semicircle. So now let us write about the arc. What is arc? Arc is a piece of circle between 2 points. So write arc here. Arc is a piece of a circle between 2 points on the circle. Between 2 points on the circle. Then you take major arc and minor arc. So write major arc and minor arc. Minor arc. What is major arc here? The longer arc is called the major arc and the shorter arc is called the minor arc. So you write longer arc of a circle is called major arc and shorter arc is called minor arc. So you write in the figure the points P and Q divides circle into two arcs and the minor arc is PQ, major arc is PRQ. Where R is a point on the arc between P and Q. So, what is semicircle? Diameter divides the circle into two equal arcs and each arc is called semicircle. So, you write semicircle. What is semicircle? You write that. So you write about the semicircle. What is semicircle? Diameter. So you write diameter of a circle divides it into two equal arcs. Each of these two arcs is called a semicircle. Each of these two arcs is called semicircle. Then what is semicircle? Diameter of a circle divides it into two equal arcs. Each of these two arcs is called semicircle. Now let us discuss about the segment of the circular region or segment of the circle. So you write segment of the circle and also about the sector of the circle. Segment of the circle and sector of the circle. Segment of the circle, sector of the circle. What is segment of the circle? You know the arc. Consider here P and Q are the points on the circle and here is a arc PQ, that is the minor arc, and here is a arc which is the longer arc which is called the major arc, and in between the arc and here there is a line segment joining P and Q, that is called the chord. And there is a region between the chord and the arc. This region is called the segment of the circle. The region between a chord and either of its arc is called segment of the circle, and you know that it is a minor arc. So it is a region between the minor arc and the chord, so it is minor segment. And it is a region between major arc and chord, so it is a major segment. Then what is segment? The region between a chord and either of its arcs is called a segment of the circular region, or simply segment of the circle. And there are two types of segments which are called as minor segments and major segments. The region between the arc and the two radii is called sector. So see the difference between the segment and the sector. Segment is the region between the chord and the arc. Sector is the region between an arc and the two radii joining the center to the ends of the arcs. Here P and Q are the ends of the arc, and OP and OQ are the radii, and it is a sector. And also you know that it is a minor arc and it is a major arc, and the sector made by the major arc and the radii is called the major sector, and the sector made by the minor arc and the radii is called the minor sector. When two arcs are equal, you know that then the chord becomes the diameter and the radii also on the same straight line. So you will get the equal region, and both of them are called semicircular region. Both the segments and both the sectors becomes the same, and each is known as semicircular region. So write first about the segment of the circle. Segment of the circle. So what is segment? The region between a chord and either of its arcs is called segment of the circle. The region between a chord and either of its arcs is called segment of the circle. Then what is sector of the circle? The region between an arc and the two radii joining the center to the endpoints of the arc. So you write that the region between an arc and the two radii joining the center to the end points of the arc. is called a sector. Then again write major segment. Major segment. What is major segment? That is the region between the chord and the major arc. Region between the chord and the major arc is called major segment. And what is major sector? It is a region between the major arc and the corresponding radii at the end points of the arc. So write the region between major arc and the two radii joining the center to the endpoints of the arc. Is called major sector. Then what is minor segment? Minor segment, that you know, minor segment is the region between the chord and the minor arc. Region between the chord and minor arc. Is called minor segment. Minor segment. And what is minor sector? The region between minor arc and the two radii joining the center to the endpoints of the arc is called the minor sector. So write the region between minor arc and the two radii joining center to the endpoints of the arc. Is called minor sector. Minor sector. Then you take semicircular region, that is common for both semicircular semicircular region. When two arcs are equal, each is a semicircle, then both the segments and both the sectors becomes the same, and each is known as the semicircular region. So write the region between semicircle and diameter. Semicircle and diameter is called semicircular region. Semicircular region. Here, when the chord becomes the diameter, then the region between the semicircle and the diameter is called the semicircular region. So you will get like this way in both the cases. It is both of them are the semicircular region. In both the cases you will get the same.